This is Phillies Postgame Live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Along with Ricky Vitalico, I'm Michael Barkamp. Ben Davis coming up in a moment from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Here's the bottom line. 7-0 St. Louis. 9-6 on the season are the Phillies. They've lost 2 straight series. They're 2-4 on this road trip. 4 total runs scored this series. And Ricky Bo will get to Zack Wheeler, certainly. But if you score no runs, you can't win a game.
Anemic.
And they scored no runs.
This offense is anemic right now. I mean, look up and down. You look at the at-bats today. I mean, a lot of early swinging at-bats. Alec Boehm with a 2-0 swing, and he hits like a looping fly ball to right field. You didn't see a lot of positives come out of this. And I don't know how they're going to fix this because a lot of it, had to do with everybody in this one. Obviously, bottom of the order did nothing either in this one, which included Brandon Marsh, who is struggling about as bad as you can at the major league level. This is a team right now that better find their swings and maybe start being a little bit more selective. I think this game started in a sense that, wow, Wheeler's going to deal too. He only had 14 pitches in 2 innings.
Yeah.
I mean, you're thinking to yourself, wow, this could be a duel the whole way. Is it going to be hard to even score a run? Wheeler made a couple bad pitches in the 4th inning, and that turned the game completely around. But this offense is lost right now. And you go back, their last home run, Thursday night. Kyle Schwarber. How about
Sunday?
When does a team go 4 games without hitting a home run?
Yeah.
I mean, think about that.
You said the offense is lost.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I'm wondering if it's going to get found anytime soon. Take a look at the numbers from this 3-game series against the Cardinals. Remember, they had not lost a series to the Cardinals in 8 years. 8 years since 2017. 1+ run per game. Team batting average 149. 14 hits. 2 extra base hits. No home runs. As Ricky said, last homer was Thursday night, and 23 strikeouts. They're 2-4 on this road trip. We thought 3-3, that'd be something. You go on the road, okay, you'll accept that. You can't accept 2-4. And the bottom line, Ricky, is the bottom portion of the lineup.
Oh, yeah, right.
They are really killing the team, beginning with Alec Boehm, Brandon Marsh, Johan Rojas. They don't do anything for this lineup.
Yeah,
it's a black hole.
I mean, they have a lot of problems. There's some problems. And the last thing I thought I'd be talking about in the middle of April, especially after the way they started this season, because now they're sitting at, 9-6. All of a sudden, they seem very beatable, especially when they go out on the road. I will say this much. I mean, the bottom of the order, what are you going to do about it? I mean, you look at it. I'm going to say this. For Brandon Marsh, he looks absolutely lost. Dumbfounded lost. Alec Boehm, I mean, okay, he had his 1 hit yesterday, which was a weak ground ball to shortstop. But, I mean, at some given point, aren't you going to start driving the baseball? You're 6 foot whatever. I'd rather see him swing like Kyle Schwarber and hit the ball out of the ballpark than these inside-out type swings. It's just gotten to the point right now where, you know what, if the middle of the lineup is having some issues, and basically I'm going Schwarber, Harper, and Castellanos, if they're struggling in a game, the Phillies might not score. And that's exactly what happened today.
Yep, it sure is. Let's go out to Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Ben Davis watched the game, called the game with Tom McCarthy. Here's the crossover presented by Chapman Auto Stores. You saw it up close and unfortunately personal. Benny, what were your impressions of this game? What's the first thing that hits you about their inability to score runs and get 7 runs scored upon them?
Well, it's the approach. A lot of early outs, quick outs, and they made Liberatore work really hard the first 3 innings, and then they just kind of abandoned that. What they need to do is just wait him out a little bit more. Now, he was good. He really settled in, but just a lot of first, second pitch swings, lazy fly balls. That's what I saw today. Nothing really crisp. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's just 3 singles today. And you heard T-Mac say the last 20 batters retired by Cardinals pitching, and that's not going to get it done, obviously. But I heard what you guys said. They have some. They got to look themselves in the mirror and realize what they want to do offensively and change that approach, because right now this was a tough road trip for them.
Ben, what do you take out of Zack Wheeler's performance? Let's face it, early on you're thinking, wow, he's staying on the outer thirds for everybody and hitting the corners, and he was getting a lot of quick outs. He had 14 pitches in the first 2 innings, and then he gets to the 4th inning and things kind of tailed off on him.
Yeah, it's very unlikely very rare do you see Zack Wheeler falling behind guys. I think there was 4 hitters in a row two of which scored with Arenado and then Contreras, that he went 3-1 on. He just never does that. He just doesn't do it. Now, he wasn't that crisp in Atlanta, and he told us that he just didn't feel as crisp as he wanted to be. But those first 3 innings came, and you're like, okay, this is going to be just another Zack Wheeler dominating performance. And then they come in the 4th, they get a couple runs off him. Then in the 6th inning, they get a couple more. So it's not Zack Wheeler. I'm sure there's things that he can tighten up. When I saw a lot out of him today, he was missing a lot glove side. So maybe he was getting just a little sideways and pulling the pitch across the plate. Maybe just not getting as much extension out in front. But it's something that he can correct. He knows himself better than anybody, and he'll make the adjustments, obviously.
All right, Ben. Brandon Marsh has not made the adjustments. He's now batting 108, and he's also struggling in the field as well. This would seem, some of the pieces of this lineup would seem to be beyond Rob Thomson. This ventures into Dave Dombrowski territory.
Kevin Long and Rob Thomson, he's got to use the left side of the diamond. And he just seems like every foul ball he hits is to the right side of first base. And they got to get him back inside the baseball, staying through it a lot more, staying in the middle of the diamond, and then he's going to have a little bit more success. But right now he's just not doing that, and they need to get him back. They need him. But to answer your other question, I don't know where they go without. These are the guys that they have, and I think they're the guys that they're going to have for an extended period. It's not like they can go and call up Crawford. I know he's swinging the bat okay at Lehigh Valley, but they want him to get some more seasoning. They don't have a whole lot of options. These are the guys that they have assembled. These are the guys they're going to have moving forward. All
right, but here's the thing. The other teams know something about this Phillies lineup that they don't know about themselves, perhaps. 2 for 19 runners in scoring position in this series. They're struggling so mightily. How are the other teams approaching this that keeps the Phillies from getting on the scoreboard? 2 shutouts in the last 3 games.
Well, I think they're just taking advantage of the aggressiveness of the Phillies and over-aggressiveness, for that matter, at certain points throughout the ball game. They know they're going to swing early, so maybe they take that first pitch breaking ball, maybe they just move it off the plate just a little bit more because they know the Phillies are going to be attacking. Maybe instead of throwing that 4-seamer at the top, maybe they're throwing that good 2-seamer and inducing weak contact early. They have not been a whole lot of balls hit hard, Michael, and that's something, obviously, I didn't think we'd be talking about their offense. I thought we'd talk about their starting pitching, how great it is, and how their ability to drive the baseball. Right now, we're not seeing that out of the offense because there's not a whole lot, honestly, there's not a whole lot of hard hit balls right now.
Yeah, well, here's the good news for you, buddy. I get to see you this week.
That?
I get to see you coming up as we meet the fans.
Believe
the pregame show. It's going to be unbelitle. We tried to get Ricky to do it. He said no. It's you and me. Okay. Thought it might be the 3 of us, but that's not happening. All right, bud. I'll see you next week. Safe home.
All right, fellas.
All right, my
friend. We'll see you.
Ben Davis joining us from the booth. Guy by the name of Matt Liberatore. Ever heard of him? Matt Liberatore. He was the starting pitcher today for the St. Louis Cardinals.
I mean, you look at the lineup. What's there to say about it? Nothing.
But look at that.
You know what they're going to tell us? Well, we just got to flush it.
Yeah. Well, how many are you going to flush? That's the thing. That's a big
this was a really bad series for the Phillies. It was a bad road trip for the Phillies. Thinking back, I mean, you think about this team, and they're supposed to hit the ball in the seats. Mm-hmm. This is a team that's supposed to be powerful. We're not seeing any of that. Yeah. I mean, you take Schwarber out of that list, they're not hitting home runs at all.
See that 1 for 4 for Bryce Harper, that one hit? That was the last hit the Phillies had today. They had 3 hits, all in innings 2 and 3. Harper's last one, that one hit was in the 3rd inning. And then basically St. Louis, Liberatore, and the other St. Louis pitchers had themselves a perfect game. For the last 20 batters, sat down every single one of them. And it's troubling when you look at 2 series consecutively lost. St. Louis had lost their last 3 series coming into this one with the Phillies, and you thought the Phillies were going to be able to turn things around after losing in Atlanta, and that's not what happened.
Well, this was a blink and it's gone type thing. I mean, how many times did you look up and there was already, you're watching a game, you look up, there's an out. I mean, that's not being very selective. That's kind of like, let's get on the bus and get the heck out of here type swings. I will, you go even further into the game, you talk about the hitting. I didn't think Wheeler was terrible until once he got to that 6th inning and he gave up all the doubles in the 6th inning. I think that was something that, You know, he gave up a couple of them down the left field line. One of them could have been caught. Maybe another one, if he got a good jump on the ball, could have been caught. But nonetheless, I mean, he ends up giving up 4 runs in 6 innings. I don't think he pitched as poorly as his line went, but did it matter?
Yeah.
Did it matter? I will tell you this much. That home run went out when Wilson Contreras hit it in the 4th inning, and I said that's going to be tough to overcome today, the way they're swinging the bats. All the footage that those balls came in fair, all those doubles, was probably about 8 feet.
Yeah.
If you add it all up.
And I think he thought it was going to go foul, and he kind of gave up on it a little bit.
He
So
looked
Zack Wheeler,
he looked like he backed off.
6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 89 pitches. He's got a 4.07 ERA in 4 starts this season. And as mentioned, he came in with a 3.44. We didn't think it was going to go this way for Zack Wheeler. What did you think of his performance when you look at overall 7 runs allowed, 4 of them earned?
In all honesty, I thought he was really good early on. You're talking about 14 pitches, and they were quality pitches, quality strikes in the first 2-3 innings. He was throwing the ball extremely well. As a matter of fact, he was on kind of no-hit watch here, because you're thinking to yourself, this is a guy that could do this for 9 innings straight if he had to. And instead, things kind of backfired on him. He started missing his spots and missing out over the middle of the plate. You start doing that, then you start giving up hits, then you start giving up multiple extra base hits. And I mean, I really believe, I know let's see, the home run was a mistake. The hang and break a ball to Arenado was a mistake, and then the double down the left field line was a mistake. So it was all kind of his fault. He got into bad counts with Contreras, left one over the middle of the plate. He was trying to go to the outside part, a 4-seam fastball, out, gone.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, you know what? Sometimes your mistakes get hit. Sometimes they don't. Today, every mistake he made was going to get hit.
So think about it. Phillies have now lost 3 of their last 4 games. They were 8-3. Now they're 9-6, having lost 2 consecutive series. Let's go to the manager's office. Rob Thomson, post-game.
What did you think happened today offensively, just like after the 3rd inning?
Yeah, you know, we had a chance in the 3rd inning there. Ross laid down a great bunt, and the pitcher made a great play on him. But then we didn't swing it after that. So we got to get home, get some energy, get this team starting to hit the ball in the middle of the diamond again. We'll be all right.
You talked a little bit the last couple of days about some guys being too pull happy. Are you still seeing that?
Yeah. I thought Trey's approach today was good. JT swung the bat better today. But other than that, you know, we got to clean it up a little bit.
Was Liberatore doing anything different than you guys expect? I guess you haven't seen him as a starter in a couple years.
Yeah, no, the reports on him were dead on.
Was that Rojas on the zone, or was that?
Yeah. But Arenado was playing way back, and Liberatore made a great play.
What did you see on the ball that fell in the Gorman ground rule double there that fell in? It looked like maybe Marsh went after it. Maybe he thought, like, you know, there'd be some help from the infield.
Yeah, nobody from the infield even attempted at it. So yeah, there's some little things that we didn't do well today. You know, we didn't execute a bunt play. You know, it looked like some of the outfielders were having a little trouble seeing the ball off the bat. Castellanos made a great play at right center, but yeah, there's some things we need to clean up and get back to playing our type of baseball.
What do you do about Marsh? You just keep running him out there. What are your thoughts on him?
I got to think about that one.
Yeah.
I got to think, because he's really frustrated and understandably, you know.
With Wheeler, just location in the middle innings there?
Well, you know, in the 4th, you kind of lost the plate and got behind Arenado, and then he got behind Contreras, and fastball just leaked out over the plate, and he got him. And then in the 6th, it just looked like he ran into some bad luck more than anything. So, but I thought his stuff was pretty good. He had 30 pitches after 3 innings or something like that. So he was pretty efficient early, and then the 4th inning, they put a few pitches on him. He just lost the plate.
Talk about getting home, getting some energy. Do you feel like the energy wasn't there on this road trip?
I felt it today. I didn't feel it the first day or the second day, but I felt a little bit today. You know, that they're dragging a little bit. So we got to get home and get a good night's sleep and get back after it tomorrow.
That ball was a missile.
But you heard Rob Thomson say, yeah, today I felt it, the lack of energy. I didn't feel the
Why
passion.
is there a lack of energy? I understand you got in late the other night, but what are they? I mean, I guess this is blaming on Major League Baseball for that game in Atlanta. It is what it is. I mean, you had 2 day. Maybe that, you know what, you come in that night, you're tired, and then 2 day games, maybe it just beat them up a little bit. Maybe they just were unprepared to play today.
Well, I know 1 or 2 guys who were unprepared to play, starting with Brandon Marsh in left field. He is a .253 career hitter. After today and his 0 for 3 and 2 strikeouts, he's batting 108, Ricky Bo. What's he not doing?
Here's a concern. Number one, he's not identifying pitches out of the hand, that's for sure, as you can see in some of these. And I have a weird feeling he's starting to guess. And the reason why I say that is, you think about the fastball he saw, he may have been guessing off speed. He gets a fastball down the middle, he swings through it, gets a curveball that's breaking out over towards the middle half of the plate, and he's swinging like it's fastball, he tops over it. You know, sometimes guys are lost. Sometimes we just don't know where he is.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't know where this guy is. He's absolutely past lost because he's not even putting good swings on the baseball. Usually, once in a while, you hit a line drive somewhere. At least it's an out. He's not even doing that. A lot of top overs, a lot of pop-ups, or a lot of bad swings. I mean, he had a couple emergency swings today that you usually don't swing. Number one, when you're in a slump, you got to be a little bit aggressive because if you're not aggressive, they're going to eat you up. He was eaten up today. And he's swinging at all of them. And he only needed to swing at one, and that ball was still a ball on the inside part.
So here's the question. Bohm definitely needs to get set down, and if Bohm definitely does, double that for Brandon Marsh.
He's not going anywhere.
I understand that. You can only send so many guys down.
At least Bohm has hit some balls hard in the first couple weeks. When did Marsh had 3 hits in 1 game? Take away that game, where is he right now? I mean, he's hitting 108 right now. He's not doing anybody any favors, but I mean, you feel bad for him, but you're like, wait a minute, this is Major League Baseball.
Sure is.
You have to do some damage if you're hitting 1 through 9. Somewhere in there, you have to be able to swing the bat, and he's not. He's not capable right now.
We're going to hear from Brandon Marsh in a second. When you hear Topper say, I got to think about that one regarding
because
Marsh's
he doesn't know what to do with him. How do you... A guy that's lost in your lineup, I'm sure Topper feels bad, but he also knows this is a business and this is something that you really have to think about. What could we do to get him better? Is it going to be a AAA stint? Is it going to be just keep him up there and kind of play through the woes? I don't know if this team could do that.
I don't think you can play through 108 and 150, but here is Brandon Marsh post-game in the clubhouse.
The frustration that you're going through right now, and what do you think it is right now that's kind of holding you back?
Yeah, it's been a rough start to the season for sure, but we just gotta keep our head down and try to win as many ball games as we can. I know I'm not doing my part, which stinks the worst. I just feel like I'm letting my guys down. And I need to be better for them.
Yesterday, laid down the bunt, drew a walk. You kind of in the mode right now of just like trying to do whatever it takes to, have like a productive at-bat, a day, etc.
Most definitely. Like I said, just going through it right now, and I gotta do anything I can to help this ball club win. And right now I'm not doing that, so I gotta figure some things out.
Well, he's honest, if nothing else.
Everybody
that
has played baseball has been through this. What you have to do is just, you know what? To heck with this. Tomorrow's a brand new day. I'm coming out on fire. That's the way his attitude has to turn.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only thing I would disagree with is that when you have guys who are upper echelon players, which frankly I thought he would be eventually with the Phillies,
he's not there.
They don't get that far down where you can't even see the top.
He's pretty far down in the dumps. There's no doubt about that. But I mean, how do you get out of it? It's performance based.